Hi, and welcome to Lessons from a Lockdown Lurker. It's me, it's Jo Rawbone. It's good to be here. I'm hoping that very soon somebody will join me and let me know whether this time whether the microphone is working okay. Move it slightly out of the way, it's a bit ugly. I know that last week, and I have tested it this morning, it seems to be okay. Last week the mic wasn't working. So I'm just hoping that whoever's watching now, I can see a pair of eyes. Whoever's the pair of eyes, let me know in the chat if actually you can see in the comments. Let me know if you can hear me, because last week I had trouble with my trusty Yeti mic. I'm on there again now. So whoever's got their pair of eyes on, let me know that you can hear me okay. So welcome. It's beautiful springtime here in the UK. The sun's out, but gosh, it's chilly out there. I have just put a load of washing on the line, but it's mighty chilly. A couple of people now, just post in the comments that you can hear me okay, please, just so that I know that my Yeti mic isn't playing up this week like it was. Yay, thank you, Susie. Susie's just said she can see me and hear me. Lovely to have you with us today, Susie, on this glorious spring day, even if it is a bit chilly. Gosh, and it is chilly, isn't it? Still, as I say, it didn't put me off. Didn't put me off putting my washing on the line. So, lessons from a lurker. Gosh, there hasn't been much room to lurk this week, I can tell you. And I thought I'd drop in and tell you all the things I've been up to. So one of the things I was doing since we were together last Tuesday has been delivering a lot of training over Zoom with some existing clients and with it's an existing client, but the first time I've worked with Zoom with them, and they were a bit nervous, but it actually went really well. So everything's good there. And I am still enjoying not having to have the early mornings, I have to say. So, you know, I can get up at 7 and still be at my desk an hour or two before I need to start work, which is fantastic. It's coming up International Women's Day. I'm sure you're aware of that, on the 8th of March. And I've got a number of things that I've been asked to do for that. And all of them, you'll be pleased to know, with an introvert flavour to them. So I've got a video that potentially is going to be on a video wall talking about introverted women, obviously. I've got 2 written pieces that I've submitted, and I've just been asked to do another one, deadline for tomorrow. Should be able to do that because it's got that kind of week. And so, and the probably the most interesting one is for Successful Founder magazine, who wants some top tips for women entrepreneurs, women going into business. And I think I have a thing or two to say about why an introvert going into business on their own is such a good thing. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that one. The other thing that's been really exciting is that I've recorded a 30-minute video to go into a mental health summit. And as you can imagine, the thing I'm talking about is why the extroversion bias impacts the mental health of introverts. And I've gone to great lengths to stress in there that introversion itself is not a mental health issue, but surviving in the extrovert, you know, in the extroversion bias, trying to get on, fit in, all of that stuff is what actually creates mental health issues for us. So I hope I'll do us proud on that. I submitted it for approval. It's been accepted. So it's quite a rigorous process. I had to submit my proposal. That was accepted. I then had to submit my video. That was accepted. So now I've just got to do some tidying up and sending a bio and photos and all of that stuff. So I'm really quite pleased with that, in that there's an awful lot going on. And the other thing that's coming up is, of course, in the US, National Introvert Week, in the UK, International Introvert Week, because we've commandeered it, and we're calling it National Introvert Week for the week commencing the 15th. And a lot of people have put forward ideas and have volunteered to come on and do little special podcast episodes with me, talking about what helps them flourish as an introvert. So I'm really pleased with everything that's going on there, really pleased, and you'll be hearing more about it. There'll be an email going out tomorrow with some time slots for people to book into who are happy to come along and be videoed, to be even just to discuss, or they could send me a quick written piece if they don't want to be on video or on audio. So there's all sorts of ways of getting involved, which I'm really happy with. That's all right. Sabrina's just said, sorry, I'm late. Don't worry, Sabrina. It's never too late because it's all recorded. You can see it at any time. So all those things that have been going on mean good morning, Jenny from the USA. What's the weather like out there? I know it's been, for some people, it's been really cold. I'm not sure where you are, Jenny, but I hope it's not as cold as it was. So I've also been mastering a bit of tech this week. So the specification for the video for the Mental Health Summit was really high quality. And of course, I can't have access to the normal tech gurus who would help me out on this. So I decided to master Camtasia. I don't know if any of you are Camtasia users, but I bit the bullet and did that, which was great. And it turned out so well. And because they've accepted me, oh, okay, Jenny's in Canada. And it's gorgeous, sunny and spring-like in BC. Oh, yes, of course I know you're in BC because that's where we talked about me and Tony coming there last summer, didn't we? Or summer before now, actually. Yes, I mastered, or I haven't mastered, that's going a bit far, but I've managed to work Camtasia quite well. And I'd love to know if anyone is an expert on Camtasia, because there are some pretty ugly edits in there where I made a mistake, had to cut a bit out and go back and kind of restitch it together. But they're a bit ugly, and I'd love to know how to stitch them together seamlessly, maybe with a little fade, or maybe I can put a slide over the top. There's all sorts of things I could do. So if you're an expert on Camtasia, drop me a line and let me know. Or if you know anyone who is, I am looking at all the tutorials at the moment, but it would be really helpful to, rather than me going all through them and then finding it's not what I want. If any of you know somebody, that would be brilliant. And the other thing I've done is I've got to grips with Active Campaign, which is where my emails come out from, because I'm about to hit for the second time my 1,000-person limit before I go up to the next band. And yet I know there are lots of people who don't open the emails, who don't see them. So I've mastered how to create an automation in Active Campaign that actually gives people a nice gentle out, that if they haven't engaged, it just unsubscribes them. They don't even have to go through the unsubscribe process. So that will be going live very soon. And I think it makes sense, because inactive users on Active Campaign means that, especially for things like Gmail, my emails don't get sent to as many people, because Gmail kind of looks at how many people are opening the emails that come from Active Campaign and then goes, nah, we'll put that one in spam or promotions because people aren't going to want that. So I know that having inactive members and inactive Campaign harms your deliverability. So the automation that I've put together should really help sort that out. And it's really helped me to get to grips with the fact that, numbers of subscribers, numbers on the list is just a vanity metric. And that actually the people who may really matter on that list are the people who open and engage and respond and do those sorts of things. People who want to receive the emails. I mean, I don't know about you, but I get so many emails a day that I don't even open. And part of it is that I don't even get round to pressing unsubscribe. So if I can automatically do that for people who are not engaged, that gives them a nice gentle way out and will ease the burden on our inboxes, because I'm just getting way too many emails, and it could be that you are too. So it's been a really interesting week in terms of what I've created, what I've learned, what I'm still learning. And then there's the biggie. The biggie is that I've started to cut the ties of an association or associate relationship that I'm in that hasn't been feeling good for a while. And I've been saying for a long time that I want to spend more time working on the flourishing introvert stuff, which automatically is going to mean less time on my corporate stuff because I'm so busy, I can't do it all. And the opportunity came along for me to start to, or actually to cut the tie, which is what I've offered to do, but it's thrown them into a bit of a tailspin. And they're now saying, oh no, what will the client think? The client loves you. We can't possibly do that. So I think it's fair to say I've loosened the ties at the moment, and I'll be cutting them a little bit in the future. But I feel so much better just having loosened those ties, because it hasn't been a great step, a great relationship. It started a long time ago when the original founder got me engaged. Yeah, thanks, Sabrina. I'll just pop that up there, what Sabrina's saying. Brave step, waiting to do that. I know, but it's so worth it, Sabrina. So do it. As I say, the associate relationship started many years ago now when the original founder got me involved. Sadly, he died 3 or so years ago now. And a group of us have been keeping the organization going with a new kind of co-head who has now obviously taken the whole thing. And I never had the relationship with him. I had the relationship with my friend Paul, who died. So it's really feeling good. Oh, Jenny, thank you. Jenny's just saying, so courageous. And what I'm learning, Jenny, is that when I do take courageous action, it pays off. I feel better almost immediately. And of course, it frees up space for me to do the things that I want to do. In the same way that the active campaign kind of, unsubscribe nurture sequence, as it were, helps people off my list, leaving space for people who want to be there, new people who want to be there. So cutting, and I won't go as far as to say it's a toxic relationship, but it's not a healthy one. Cutting those kind of relationships, yeah, it's gonna dent my income, but it feels like it's the right thing to do. And certainly I'm very much happier now I've loosened the ties, and I'll be even happier when I've cut the ties completely. So it's been quite a week for me, not much lurking. And yeah, Sabrina's just said no longer useful relationships. Yeah, what is it we say about those any relationship? There's a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And there was a reason initially in that I really wanted to help Paul with his business and kind of help him. It then turned into a season. And a bit like all the time I spent at BT, I knew that was never going to be a lifetime. I mean, I spent 19 years employed at BT before I left in 1994, because I knew it wasn't a lifetime thing. And like this, I know this isn't a lifetime thing. And what is it they say about going out on a high? I'd rather go out on a high when I actually am still valued than somehow fall down the list until people can't wait to get rid of me. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Next week, I don't think there'll be too much lurking either next week. And by the time we come out of lockdown, I am going to be looking at renaming this. Whether the lurker still has its place in the title, I don't know. So we've had some suggestions before about reformed lurker, ex-lurker, or whether we just create a new name altogether so that lurker is lost. So it's lessons from the courageous introvert. Maybe it's something like that. Anyway, thank you very much for showing up. Thanks for supporting. If you're watching on replay, #replay, let me know any comments or questions you have. Look out for the email that should be coming your way on Wednesday the 3rd. just with some time slots for you to book in if you'd like to be part of that International Introverts Week, where I'm going to be featuring some of the introverts that I'm connected with who I admire, people like Jenny, people like Susie, people like Sabrina, everyone here actually, and Tobago. Time for you to show up again. So look out for that email on Wednesday, and it would be lovely to hear how you want to contribute. There are just going to be little short events throughout the week, nothing too long, nothing too draining, nothing that's going to drain your battery. And I thought I'd even finish off at the weekend with a meditation or two. So look forward to that. Anyway, it's been lovely to have your company this afternoon, and I look forward to seeing some of you next week. Have a great rest of your week. I'm now going to go on mute to give StreamYard a chance to finish because the delay is so long, and I'll see you next time.